Hello, crafty friends. Good evening. Hi, Candy. How's it going? Getting myself situated. A little bit of a crazy night tonight. Let's check the feed. Oh, wow, we got a big delay tonight. That's a big one. That's all right. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Christina. Thanks for joining. Welcome, everybody. Who's excited for some crafty fun? I'm going to hang out for like another minute or two. Hi, Lily. Today was Lily's first day of school. Had to plug in my phone. Lily's doing good. She's watching from upstairs. She's waiting to get into the shower once her brother finishes. Today was day one of 3rd grade and 7th grade for my son. An exciting day. Unfortunately, a lot of rain, but that's okay. So I think I'm gonna get started because I'm a couple minutes late, and excited for tonight because I am going to use Karen markers. So if any of you did create your own ending, you received a collection of Karen markers. Pull these out. Some skin tones and a gold. So the skin tone ones that we got for the Create Your Own Ending event are the Brush Marker Pros. And these are the ones that work like watercolor. Hi, Carol. Of course I'm excited that you're here. Are you excited that Lily is here? Although she's not here with me, but she's in the comments. So Brush Marker Pro are the ones that are water reactive. And they work similar to Zig real brush markers. But I found, now, okay, let me backtrack a little bit. So for the Create Your Own Ending event, that was the first time that I had used the Karen markers. They came, like I said, we got these in our kits, in our Create Your Own Ending kits, right? Which is amazing. If you haven't gotten to do a Brutus Monroe weekend event, they do an absolutely amazing job. It is worth every penny. I highly recommend for future, just so everybody knows. So now we got these 4 Brush Marker Pros, and these are the ones that are water reactive. We also got this Deco brush. Now a Deco brush, this is more like, it says metallic permanent marker. It's more almost like a paint pen. A little different than the Brush Marker Pros. The Brush Marker Pros are very similar to, I'm going to just grab a few to show you. They're very similar to the Zig markers. Now this is a Zig marker, and they both react with water for like a watercolor effect. Hi, Shannon. But the tips are very different. The Zig actually has like a paintbrush. See that? That's bristles like a paintbrush. The Karen markers are just, that's a solid tip. So I said, well, I have all these Zigs, right? I don't need Karen markers. I have Zigs. Yeah, well, once I had used them for Create Your Own Ending, I was like, oh my God, these are amazing. I've been using the Zigs for maybe 2 years now. And I hate to say this, but I like the Karens better. They're awesome. So my friend Donna was so kind. She gifted me a set of the 26. So I'm going to use those tonight. Thank you, Donna, so much, if you're here. So I am going to use those along with the free ones that we got from Create Your Own Ending. And I'm going to use the Fall Floral stamp set. So I'm really excited to use these tonight. Now, Brutus Monroe, I don't think that the set, like this is a set, it comes in this fancy schmancy box. And this is a set of 26. I don't think that any of the sets are in stock, but what's really cool, which I'm excited about, is Brutus Monroe has a lot of singles. You can buy individuals. So now I can fill in the colors that I need, quote unquote, need or want. So yay for that. So I'm going to get started. Tonight I'm going to use a masking technique. This is a piece of watercolor paper. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mask off a strip right down the middle for this sentiment. So this sentiment on this says happiness blooms from within. So I checked and that's going to fit perfect. So I'm going to use my rainbow tape. Well, that piece is not long enough, so I'll set that aside for something else later. On to my next color. Okay, so I'm going to just take a piece of my rainbow tape, make sure it's big enough, and I'm going to mask that. I'm eyeing it, but I'm going to try and get about center on that. I hate measuring, so I'm eyeing this one. Hi, Darren. Oh, Darren! Dang it, I totally forgot. Lily, the other night, Lily was wearing one of your shirts, the sunflower shirt, and she was in the playground, and I took this really cute picture, and I said, Lily, let me take a picture, and I'm going to post it on Facebook, and tag Darren, and I was sitting at the park with her, and I had no reception, and I forgot to post it, so I'm going to have to post it, because the shirt was adorable. Hi, Donna! Donna, I was just saying how grateful I was because I used to love the Zig watercolors, and then we got some Karens for the Create Your Own Ending, and I completely fell in love with them. And I was telling everybody how sweet you were for gifting me a set of Karens. So thank you, because I'm going to use those tonight. So all I'm doing is stripping off a piece in the middle, and that's where my sentiments are going to, my sentiment, I should say, is going to go right there. And then we're going to watercolor some pansies. I love pansies. I'm not a big flower person, but I love pansies because I love all the bright colors they come in. And on this stamp set, I'm going to tell you, this is by far one of my favorite stamp sets. It has to be my favorite flower stamp set because, again, I'm not big on flowers, but there's a few specific flowers that I love. One is pansies because of all the amazing colors they come in. Another one of my favorites is sunflowers. I love sunflowers. We did Lily's whole communion was a sunflower theme. And one of my other favorite is mums, again, because of all the bright colors. And I don't know if this is a mum because I don't know my flowers, but I treat it like a mum. So I love this set. And I also love all these little leaves and acorns, little pine cone here. It's very fall. I love everything. There's even a, we call these pollywogs. We used to separate them and stick them on our noses when we were a kid. Did anybody else do that? Because I remember I said that to somebody recently and they looked at me like I had two heads. These things, they look like the little propellers. We would break one and then like pop it open and stick it on your head. Donna, seriously, I'm like in love with these Karen markers. Okay, so I am going to start by stamping some of these pansies, and I'm going to use disappearing ink. I'm going to clean this to make sure because I did create some masks that we're going to use on the Brutus Monroe masking paper, although I didn't have time to cut out as many as I would like, but I think we'll be okay. So I'm just going to make sure that this is clean. I don't want any black because I don't want it on my paper. Yeah, Darren, she looked super cute in that sunflower shirt. That's one of my favorites. I'll have to post the picture and tag you. Okay, so I'm using the Brutus Monroe Disappearing Ink because I want to do like a no line. I want it to look like a watercolor painting. No lines, right? So I'm going to use the Disappearing Ink. And I'm going to layer some pansies. And let me just get... I just realized I probably want to block off the bottom. Just bear with me for a sec. You know what? I'm just going to use a Post-it note, what I have handy. Okay, so disappearing ink. I love flowers and don't use them much in crafting, though I buy them, but this set is awesome. I've had fun with it so far. Yeah, I love this one. I really do. Well, I mean, I love everything fall, so. All right, so I'm going to go here. And I'm going to turn it. Do one in the middle. Oopsie. And get one off the edge. And then I'm going to use these masks. Actually, first what I'm going to do, so I learned through trial and error that the Karen markers do react with the disappearing ink. So I'll show you this that I was working with earlier. You see the lines. So I'm going to try heating it a little bit. I found that if I heat it a little bit, it doesn't react quite as much. Now, I don't mind it because it picks up the color of whatever marker I'm using, which is perfect because then I get the tones and the shadows and all the intricacies that are actually on the stamp itself. So I thought that was kind of cool. Okay, so, and my plug just fell out. Bear with me for a sec. Okay, so I am going to, now these I cut out on Brutus Monroe masking paper. I stamped these earlier and just cut them out. So I'm going to use these because I want to do some layers. So I'll put one there. And I love this because then I can reuse this. Oops. Okay. So now I'm going to get my other pansy. Yeah, if you love fall or flowers, this is definitely an amazing set to check out. There's just a lot of different stuff on here. All the leaves. You know what else I totally loved on these? I have no idea what this is called. This poofy thing. Those are those like really thin, they're like little poofs. If anybody knows what those are called, tell me because I love them. I think they look so cool. Shannon says, I love the set, but I'm totally a flower person. I love flowers. Oh, okay. I got that one already. Okay, so my pansies are masked off. So I'll go like that, doing that one a little bit lower. And then I'll try to turn this one. Oh, look, I almost stamped without masking this one. Sorry, guys. It's been a, you know, crazy day. First day of school. I guess I had the first day back to school nerves because I've been up since 4 o'clock and I couldn't sleep. And my son catches the bus at 7:38 and everybody was running around and my parents still come, which I think is so cute. They still come to see the kids off for the first day of school. Well, actually, my dad was here because my parents have to split up because my nephew lives about 45 minutes away. So my mom went to see my nephew, my dad came here. So there's just a lot going on. Plus it didn't help that we had like the craziest rain all day. I know we needed it, but I was like, really? Did it have to happen on the first day of school? Okay. So I just thought of something. Since we're doing watercolors, most likely I wanted this strip to be just like a plain white strip, but I'm sure that color is going to bleed under here a little bit. So I'm going to leave it for now and we'll see what happens. And then I think I want to do a couple more flowers on the bottom. So let's see, I'm going to get one there. And we'll do another one. Do it right about there. And then I'm going to mask this one. Just let me heat this first. Shannon, how Benji started school, right? I feel like he started like a couple of weeks ago, right? I know a lot of states start in August. I feel like we start much later than everybody else. How's everybody else's kids doing with back to school? My son told me today that he doesn't really like 7th grade. I'm like, you've literally had one day of school. You cannot possibly know yet if you like it or not. It's way too early to tell. He's like, yeah, I don't really like seventh grade. I said, why don't you give it a chance? Like, more than a day. What grade is he in, Shannon? I feel like he's closer to Lily's age, right? Lily's in 3rd, so Lily's birthday is October 24th, and she's already like, what do I want for my birthday? What are we gonna do on my birthday? I'm like, kid, please. Like, we've got like a month and a half. Shannon, me too. Shannon says she hopes he likes 7th grade better tomorrow. Me too. Because you know what? He's stuck with it. He's stuck with it for the next 10 months. Though he's going to have to like it. Although he has ball practice tomorrow, so that cheered him up. Okay. I'm going to give this a heat, and then I'm going to start coloring. So, oh my gosh. You know what? I'm going to be honest. I want to use all these colors, so this is going to be a very colorful pansy card. I am going to start with this one. Although it looks very plum to me, if I'm honest. So I'm going to start. Wait till you see how magnificent this is. I'm going to put down some pigment, and then I'm going to take my water brush, and voila. So easy, right? And I'm just going to spread that color down. Now, you'll see what I'm talking about with the disappearing ink. Even though I heated it, or even though I heat it, it's still some of the pigment from the Karen onto that. But, like, I'm okay with that because, look, right? You get the darks. Isn't that awesome? Donna says, oh, Benji is in 8th grade. Oh, so he's actually older than Lucas. Okay. Now, here's one of the things that I love about the Karen markers. I like to do wet on wet, right? So I like to go in, add a little bit more. Now, I can do that with the zigs, but I feel like with the Karen, there's more control. Because you have that point on it that's like firmer, I just feel like you get more control with it. So, I love that. All right, let's do, how about a blue one? This is, you know what, here's my little piece of, let's just see how blue that is. Oh yeah, I like that. Let's go for that. So I'm going to do this one. Actually, I'm going to go over here for the blue one. Because on this one and the one in the middle, I'm going to try and do one of those like purple and yellow ones. You guys know what I'm talking about when it's like one flower and it's got purple leaves and yellow leaves on it. See, look at that pigment. Isn't that beautiful? I love the color with these markers. So this is really only like my second or third time playing with these. So if anybody has thoughts that have used them, I know Donna was not a big fan, which is why she gifted me her set instead of Donna-ing it like we always do. When Donna doesn't like something, she throws it out and we call it Donna-ing it. So she chose not to Donna it, she gave it to me instead, and I am so grateful for that. So anybody that's used Karen's and used Zigs, tell me. Now, Donna, am I right that you like the Zigs better? See, I see how I was able to like lay that dark in there with more control. With the Zig, you know, and I mean, listen, am I never going to use my Zigs again? Of course I'm going to use them. But I really like these. It's definitely a different effect. Even within like the watercolor that's going on there, it definitely looks different. All right, so let's try this purple. This is a darker purple. This is violet blue, it says. And I'm really only putting just little bits of color in and then pushing it around with the water. It's so funny because I know I've mentioned before that I was an art major in college and I hated watercolor. Hated it, hated it, hated it. And anytime, like the only time I would ever do a watercolor in college is if I had to. If it was pick your own medium, I would never ever pick watercolor. Now, as an adult, I love it so much. Especially with pens and pencils, watercolor pens and pencils. I keep telling myself that I definitely don't need those new Tim Holtz watercolor pencils. I just don't know how long I can keep believing it. And I saw that Bruce Monroe does have them. If anybody is interested, Christopher did a live, so you can learn about it. I think, oh, I can't tell my flowers now if this leaf, I think this leaf is supposed to be blue over here. Donna says the double, yes, those double color ones. Oh, the pansies, right? Donna prefers the Zigs. Carol, I can't even color with Copics, and now you want me to paint. Carol, can you even color with crayons? I'm just kidding, my friend. Shannon says she's excited to try the pencils. Oh, nice, Shannon. Oh, I look forward to seeing that. All right, I'm gonna, you know what? Let's get an orange. Because I feel like there's like so many good fall-y, look at that. Amber, oh yeah. Now, this stamp had a thicker border. And like I said earlier, the Karen pigment does kind of grab on to the disappearing ink. But I love that for this. Because you get all those little lines. See, with the disappearing ink, those lines would disappear, right? But for whatever reason, the Karen, the pigment from the marker, it hits those lines, and I love this because look at that. You still get all those details. Isn't that awesome? So you don't lose any of the deets. This is like a dream come true for me, guys. It's a watercolor dream come true. You don't lose any of the details of the stamped image. Now, I've colored with Copics with the disappearing ink. Let me just put this here so you guys know what I'm talking about. And those lines will totally disappear. I did a mermaid over the summer. One of my Brutus Monroe posts was a mermaid that I did with the disappearing ink, and then I colored her with Copics, and those lines are gone. Donna says, these are much easier, Carol. You can do it. Barely. I will colored with my great nephew and he told me to stay in the lines. No, don't stay in the lines. I adore these colors. So little wet on wet. I can add some other values in there. All right, so we're gonna need more yellow. I think we're gonna go yellow down here. We like another yellow and purple down here. Okay. How was everybody's holiday weekend? Did anybody get crafty? I worked on some secret projects that I can't talk about, but you all will see in a day or two. That was really fun. And I'm so excited. So, oh yeah, Donna says she can't wait pencil samples from Shannon. I'm excited. Shannon, I hope you do a live. That would be great. So my nephew is a Boy Scout, and you know, this is my brother's boy, and he's 9 months younger than my son, and my brother and I are close, so of course I adore my nephew and always love to support him, which I just realized I should have told him he likes to watch, and I forgot to tell him that I was live tonight. But anyway, so Boy Scouts, he did up the popcorn fundraiser. Okay, so I see it and I go on. Popcorn was like ridiculously expensive. And I'm like, holy crap, like, oh, holy cannoli. Let's go with that. Like, really expensive. So, today, I'm taking a little brown, just a little bit. I want to add some more tones in the middle. So, today, I get an invite on Facebook that his Boy Scout troop is holding a crop. A crop. Like a fundraiser crop. And I was like, oh boy. So any of my local friends that are watching, if you want to come to a crop on November 5th, we're going to go crop and support my nephew. Oh, Shannon. Shannon, I love the way you color. So I know you won't disappoint. I'm just going back in on some of these and adding in some darks just to give our flowers a little bit more depth and dimension. And see, I love this because it's at such a point. I mean, I can leave it and not blend it out with the water. Or I can blend it out. Oops, I tried to put the... Oh my gosh. Now I got something else to do during conference calls. I'm going to try this brown. So now I'm just using the browns in the centers over here. Oh, Shannon, I wish. That would be so fun. And it's like 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. I think it's like $50, and they said breakfast and dinner. I mean, come on. I'm like, yeah, I am there, buddy. That was like the highlight of my day today. And of course, I texted Donna right away, and I'm like, my nephew's having a fundraiser crop, November 5th. All right, what should we go with on the... I'm gonna... let's try this brown on the blue. thought so, Shannon. I thought that seemed like a pretty good deal. But I'm like, yeah, but I'm bringing a whole bunch of people. It's going to be fun. All right, 2 more down here. Let's see. Should we do like a pink? Got this magenta. Got red. I don't know if there's red pansies. Maybe pink. Pink. I got magenta red. Let's see what this, let's try over here. That's magenta. Oh, that's really pretty. This one is magenta red. Let's go with the magenta. Oh my God, Donna. I can't believe you gave these up, Donna. I love them. Yeah, so I will tell you just one little trick with this. If you're going to use the disappearing ink in the Karens, definitely heat blast, because what I also noticed earlier is I stamped and then grabbed the Karen and started coloring right away. It was bleeding. So it almost acted like a wet on wet technique with the ink. So just a little something to keep in mind. And I can definitely stamp and show you guys what I mean, but it was just like the ink was wet and it reacted to it just like it would with water. So did everybody have a good end of summer weekend? Labor Day? Anybody craft? What'd you guys do on your day off? I ran around my house like a lunatic, cleaning and getting organized for the first day of school. My house is also under construction right now, so everything is a literal disaster. But I just keep telling myself it's all going to be worth it eventually. No, you can't have them back. You can't be an Indian giver. Are we still allowed to say that? I apologize if we're not. That was a term we used to use a lot as a kid. But no, Donnie, you can't have them back. I'm going to hide them. All right, this flower right here. Orange. Oh, maybe this purple. Let's do that purple again. Right? I think that was this one. Let's do another purple and yellow over here. Aren't crafty friends the best friends? I really love the yellow and purple one underneath the tape. It looks, this one right here. Thank you. Donna, if you're nice, I'll let you borrow the stamp set. But you can't have the markers back. And I'm going to tell you another thing. I know you guys are probably sick of hearing this by now, but without a doubt, the pigment is more saturated on the Karens than the Zigs. And I think, like I said, this is only my second or third time using the Karens, so I definitely think I have a better command of the Zigs just because I've been using them for a few years. And you can keep adding in the pigment, but this is definitely a more saturated pigment on here, without a doubt. A little fuzzy on there. All right. I'm thinking maybe I'm going to add a few more, if that's okay with you guys. This one should be dry. Of course, I can't really tell which one that was. No, maybe it was this one. Yep, it was this one. I'm going to stick that mask right over there. Stamp out another flower. Let's see. Okay. I love Donna says, oh yes, I need some sunflowers. I'll share with you, Donna, since you always share with me. I've got to do a bunch of Cricut projects this coming weekend. Lily got a water bottle and a thermos, and she wants her name on that, so I've got to do that. And Lucas has a binder, and we talked about putting something on his binder, but I don't know if he's going to go for that. You know, 7th grade, it might be too cool. It might be too cool to do stuff like that. We'll see. All right. Fill that one in right there. Oh, you know what? Let me leave that, and we'll do another little one in the middle. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to put one more on the end. So we got a nice bold strip of flowers there. And the masking paper, this is the Brutus Monroe masking paper, and this is wonderful because, as you can see, I keep picking it up and sticking it back down. So what I'll do later when I clean up and I put my stamp set away, I will stick these right on top of the plastic here. I'll stick them right on there so that next time I have them already cut to use again. Okay. So one last one here on the end. Just a little bit. I don't all the way. Okay. So let's fill in our last few flowers. I think I'm going to get another orange one over here. Oh, I closed my box by accident. Yeah, I can't wait to do that sunflower with these. That's going to be amazing. That is going to look beautiful. I have a cool travel art design that would make a good SVG. Oh, cool, Darren. I offered to do, he's a big Padres fan. So I said, you know, I could do a Padres logo. And he said, oh, Mom, I don't want you to go through all that trouble. And I was like, it's no trouble. And then I bought him some baseball stickers, but last we talked about it, he said, I'm going to leave it plain for now. I'll let you know when I decide. All right, kid. All right, let's see. Another blue one over here. Let's do this blue again. Blue, what could go with blue? Hold on, I'm going to cheat because I had a whole web page. Oh, thank you, Shannon. It's so much fun. Pansies, let's see. Oh, there are some blue with dark blue. There's, oh my gosh, there's so many. There's the burgundy and the, all right, I'm going to try 2 different shades of blue. Let me get a lighter one. Let's see. Now let's give it a shot and see what happens. I just did like a Google image. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I did forget to eat this. And you can see when it hits that disappearing ink, it bleeds a little bit. That blue is a little bit bright. I'm going to tone that down. So easy. Seriously, guys. And there's another thing that I love about watercolor. It's so forgiving, right? It's just, it's supposed to look messy and bleedy and wet. And I feel like the more watermarks and blotches you see, the better it looks. There we go. There's our blue one. Try and get a couple of defined edges on our leaves, or petals. I guess they're petals, right? When it's a flower, it's not. See, I'm telling you, I don't know flowers. But see what I was saying earlier too, like about the saturation? That was just a little dab on there. Okay, so I feel like I want to go through all my Brutus Monroe stamps and just stamp a whole bunch of stuff to color. I love it. All right, I got the one over here. I think we'll do another orange. Orange balance. Wow, this is like very therapeutic, I gotta tell you. It's very relaxing. I wish I could pass everybody or pass around a pen and a piece of paper so everybody could try it. My Aunt Angela would be so proud of me right now. She's a watercolor painter. I think she'd be impressed. Oh, I got orange down here. Look at that. I was able to blend it right out. Perfect. Okay, so now what I want to do, now that our flowers are done, you know I got to do splatter, right? I can't not do splatter. So I'm just going to gently put some of these down. I'm even going to use these pieces just to cover up my flowers because I really just don't. These are the release papers that I'm using just to cover up. And I'm just going to tear like that. Let me get my splat box. I probably should have put this in the box first, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm just going to tear just to cover up some of these. Ooh, a spider crawling on my desk. Ew! Sorry guys, that was gross. It's hard to see on this countertop. And for a second, I'm like, is the table moving? Yes, Dom. Watercolor paper. Okay, let me go back up for a little bit. I assume Lily loved third grade. Lily loved third grade. She's the kid that loves school. She loves it. Lucas will be fine. You know, he'll be fine too. He was excited. He was excited to see his friends. Okay. I know that's silly with all my ripped pieces of paper. Shannon, right? I love splattering and inked edges are like my favorite combo. And So I am going to grab one of my faves to splatter with. I'm going to go with Gilded Aqua Pigment. Right? I love this set. The set of Gilded, Penny, Sterling, and Brass. Ooh, should I use Brass? Oh, I think I'm going to use Brass instead. Oh, yeah. All right, let me give that a shake. And get a block. Okay, and I have to dry off my fan brush because it's sitting in water. Did I ever tell you guys how I melted my fan brush? I had like a nylon one and I just was not paying attention, and I hit it with the heat dryer just to dry it off so I could use it, and it melted. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even think about that. It's like nylon bristles. Okay. Shaking up my brass. Okay, perfect. Alrighty, I'm just gonna squeeze some on here. Do some splatter. Try not to spill this like I've done before. Candy was here when I spilt the purple aqua pigment. Okay. And our flowers. And I'm going to give this, first I'm going to make sure my aqua pigment is closed tightly. And I'm going to give this a little heat so I don't smear. It's okay. Oh my God, this. I have it sitting out because my godmother, that was the first time my godmother came on a live. And I have the card sitting out because I want to mail it to her. It was this one. And I knocked the whole purple over. I'm going to take this out. Take off my masks here. Okay. Okay. And I'm just going to do a blot just in case there's anything wet so I don't smear it. Okay. And I think I'm going to take... Give me a second. Grab an ink. I'm going to use Over Coffee from Catherine Pooler. This is just like a nice light brown I like to use for like just a little aging effect. So we'll go around the edges like that. Now I'm thinking, what color am I going to stamp my sentiment in? I might do it this brown color, right? Because it'll pull in the browns that I used in the center of the flowers. So maybe we'll do that because I don't really want to do black because there's no black, right? We didn't outline. What do you guys think? Anybody have an opinion on that while I do the big reveal? Let's take this centerpiece off. Okay, so that's where I want to put my sentiment. And we're upside down. We'll do it this way, right? Look at that color. Those colors are amazing. this in here. And I'm going to use this long sentiment. Happiness blooms from within. Okay. So that should fit perfectly. Right, just trying to get it a little centered. Brown. Okay. Just let me obsess for a minute or two to make sure it's completely centered. My stamp doesn't look straight. I hear Jeopardy music in my head. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to stick with this over coffee because it's like a brown, but it's not like a real dark in your face kind of brown. Oh, yes. I love that. All right, let's get this bad boy on a card base. And then we'll add some finishing touch because you know I gotta get a little bling. Yep, I'm gonna put that right down like that. Hey, baby girl, can you grab me that basket of bling? Ooh, we gotta comb out your hair, don't we?
Oh no, it's already combed out.
Sure?
Yeah.
The top looks like it could use. Can you guys hear me okay? I lost the signal for a minute there. Carol, what color what did Lily get? You're talking about her dyed all these funky colors. Get a couple of gold doodads.
Doodads.
Doodads, it's a technical term. I'll just put a few little doohickeys, also a technical term.
Well, you should put on the middle of that yellow flower down
No,
there.
don't get like Donna. That's Donna, you're rubbing off on her. Donna, did you hear that? Did you hear what she told me to do? She told me to put a gold dot in the middle of the flower. That is such a Donna thing.
Do it!
Is it? Am I connected up there?
Yep.
All right.
You're looking good.
Because my feedback on the computer is not looking good. So, Donna, did you hear? Well, she says, oh, you're kidding me. You didn't hear her, Donna? It's probably when I cut out. She's like, oh, you should put a gold thing right in the middle of the flower. And I was like, oh, no. That's a Donna thing. That's what Donna always tells me to do, like the doorknob. Shannon, you'll appreciate this. Remember the, hold on, because I can't remember the name off the top of my head. The No Place Like Home. Yeah, No Place Like Home. First time I did the Halloween one last year, Donna's like, oh, you should put a little gold bead on the doorknob. And I was like, I'm not doing that, Donna. I'm not putting a gold bead. Excuse me. And so when it was like on social media and she saw it, she's like, you should have put a gold bead on the doorknob. And I was like, no, I don't want to stick a gold bead on the doorknob. And then she always tells me to put him in the flowers. I'm like, nope, not doing it.
Do it!
See, Donna, you are rubbing off on Lily.
Do it!
All right, there we go. Shannon will agree with, don't you guys gang up on me. You're not allowed to gang up on me. Okay, I'm going to stick my blings down. And there we have it. So, quick recap. Created this card with fall florals. This is the new September Inspiration Box stamp set. I'm just putting my flowers back before I lose them. And this is an amazing set. If you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend. There's so many different, there's pansies, there's sunflowers, there's a mum, or something I think is a mum. Put my stamps back the wrong way. So let me show you this again, because there's just so many cool leaves and acorns and fun fall stuff on here. Nobody knew what that was called. Anyone? Did anyone know what that was called and I just missed it? So yeah, fall florals. And I used Karen markers, thanks to Donna. Masking technique. And there you have it. Some watercolored pansies. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tonight. Thank you as always for joining me. And everybody's kids that go back to school, I hope everybody has a great school year. And I will be back again on September 20th. So hope to see you all then. Have a great evening, everybody. And thanks so much. Thanks so much for joining me. Thank you. Thanks, Darren.